Yedi nefesh av harachaman meshov avdecha eretzonecha. Good Shabbos. Good Shabbos, Stan. Good Shabbos, everyone. Hey, Leslie, will you grab another Siddur while you're right there? Thank you. Because I took hers and she hasn't noticed yet, so. It's her birthday? Wow. Leslie, is this 76? 76. Kinahora. Got our wedding couple. And we can have a Moe board meeting here. Call Heather, we'll be good to go. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Sharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 6. Boechem leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Kadosh Baruch Hu, Bachuni leShalom, Malachei HaShalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malachei Amlach, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boetzetchem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech, Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem is a folks tradition. The rabbis.
Page 6.
The rabbis have tried to get rid of it over and over again. So it imagines angels, folk angels, right? Not the angels that theologians like to imagine, but the mischievous angels that the folk, the Jews that Amcha imagines. Members of this community, exactly. But there's a funny tradition. Because, of course, in Judaism, angels are not good. They are not bad. They are often mischievous, though. So there's a custom that you sing this song, Shalom Aleichem, 3 times to appease the angels. That if you sing it 3 times, somehow they can't cause too much trouble. But the one way, traditionally, halachically, you can get out of singing it 3 times is if you are hungry for dinner. Because it's considered that no angel, this is real, no angel could possibly be as problematic as someone who is hangry. It's the halakha. Really is. So we welcome Shabbos. We make our way slowly into Shabbos. We move out of this week, whatever it has been, the good, the tough, the joyous, the painful, the moments of wonder, the moments of suffering, whatever this week is. We exhale it. We let it go. We put it aside as we enter into this space where we stop thinking of ourselves as agents of change, where we stop thinking of ourselves as the ones who are in charge, as the ones who are responsible. I made a joke as they walked in about a MOEP board meeting. But for those who don't know, the Missouri Education Equity Partnership is one of the most sacred, important organizations in this state. Chair Hockman is the head of it. The president of MOEP, which we are very grateful to have twisted his arm and his ear and all the things in order to, great, all the twisters we appreciate. And of course, Hopi, who's the lawyer for the board, or the lawyer on the board, I should say, rather than the lawyer for the board. But it's such a sacred organization because it works to create equity in our state around some of the most vulnerable kids and educators that there are. And yet the lesson of Shabbos is that we have to let go of even that work. We have to let go of even that responsibility, of even those sacred pieces. As the sun goes down, as we see ourselves as just a part of the puzzle and not as the puzzle maker. Is there someone we could invite? Oh, hold on, Ben and Hopi, come on up. We got to have you light the candles for right before your wedding. Oh my God. Oh my God. So let's give you your blessing. Let's give you your blessing. This amazing couple who we have fallen in love with here at CRC. It's hard to imagine this community without the two of you. It's hard to imagine Friday nights without the two of you. And what a beautiful, intentional wedding you have put together, too. They have thought through every detail and every piece to reflect the two of them, to reflect both of their customs and both of their traditions and both of their families, and just what is such incredible shared values between the two of you. And so in a second, we'll ask you to light these Shabbos candles a week before you are wed to each other. The Baal Shem Tov, the great mystic of the Jewish people, said that there is a light, that if you look at it just right, if you look at people just right, that their faces disappear and their bodies disappear, and all you will see is a light that goes straight from the ground right up into the heavens. And the Baal Shem Tov taught you can tell someone who has really matched with their Besheret, who has found the other half of their soul, because their light doesn't shine as two beams next to each other, but is just one beam combined. We see it with the two of you. Oh my God, how you make each other's lights shine, how the whole world is a better place because you have found each other. So, can I ask you to light these candles to bring light to our community, to our space? We have two lighters here. You could each do a candle if you want, however you want to. Oh, this one is a struggle. But that one's not easy either. So you hold down the button of the USB lighter, and you have to put the wick right in that little thing. Makes it look easy.
It's actually really cool. And yet the lid isn't really caught, though.
We'll give you a second try. And they've both gone out now, too. This is really...
Aren't there some matches?
Oh, we have matches.
Hey, okay.
You just have to break through the whole wick.
See, it's a metaphor for marriage that sometimes it's not easy, but if you keep...
No pressure.
No pressure. Hope you got it.
What if you use the one candle to light the other?
Yeah, watch.
There you go.
So let's bring in this light, this hard-earned light here. Send light to this amazing couple with well wishes for just so many years of marriage, of happiness.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu
St. Louis, Missouri. Page 8.
Page 8.
This is a melody for Lejado D that comes out of the Spanish-Portuguese community. Folks familiar with this community? Maybe the most famous Jew to come out of this community. Maimonides, no. Precursor to it. Emma Lazarus. Emma Lazarus, the great Jewish, lesbian, queer poet. Oh yeah. Who wrote gorgeous, gorgeous poems of queer longing. Go find them. Not on the Statue of Liberty. So page 8. Page 8, we call back this melody of the Spanish-Portuguese Jews. The melody you can hear the ocean in. You can hear the yearning in. You can hear the weeping in. We let go of that which separates us as we enter into Shabbos. Lecha dodi, yala la 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 likraskala, yala la 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 pene Shabbat, Kabbalat. Shomo v'zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamiuchad Adonai echad Ushmo echad L'shemo tiferet v'lichila Yairei yala la 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 lecha dodi Yairei yala la 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 likraskala Yala la 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 pene Shabbat nikabela. Top of page 9. Likra Shabbat lechu v'necha ki hi makor habrecha merosh mikedem nesucha sof maaseh b'machshvat tchila yeirei yala la 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 lecha dodi yeirei yala la 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 likraskala yala la 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 pnei Shabbat nikabela. Hitoreri ki va'ore kumi uri shidaberi kivod Adonai laich nigla yala la 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 lecha dodi yeirei yala la 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 likraskala yala la 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 pnei Shabbat nikabela. Turn towards the entrance. Imagine Shabbos coming in like a bride. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam besimcha u'tola toch emuneh la 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 likras kala ya la 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Standing, invite you to remain standing as we turn to page 11 and call each other to lives of goodness and holiness and meaning with words of Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Leolam Va'ed. Aravim isn't a prayer. It's a meditation. It's a mindset. I think of it as the inverse of a panic attack. If you've ever had a panic attack, awful, right? But it's this sense that even the smallest of things is so big that you can't carry it, that you can't do it, that you can't hold it. Mariv Aravim invites us to back away from our lives, to zoom out on our world, to zoom out on our universe, to take a divine, a cosmic perspective, until all of a sudden, even the things that are big are so small. 12 together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim b'chokhma poteach sha'arim u'bitfuna mishanei yitim u'machalif et hazmanim u'msader et hakochavim b'mishmeroteim b'rakia kirtzono borei yom v'layla golei or mipnei choshech v'choshech mipnei or Umavir yom umevi laila Adon umavdil ben yom uben laila Adonai tzavaot shemo El chai v'kayam tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai HaMariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai HaMariv Aravim. Baruch atah Adonai HaMariv Aravim. has a mistranslation. Right in the middle of it. For generations, school kids were taught, "Hear, Israel, the Lord is your God, the Lord is one." But that word, Lord, is nowhere to be found. Shema Yisrael, listen, Yisrael.
Page 15.
Yud He Vav He. That which was, that which is, that which will be. That is what we mean by our God. That which was, that which will be, is in the end one. We close our eyes. We let the dualities fade away. We let what separates us fade away until the ego disappears. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Page 16, a reminder that when we do it right, mitzvot, rituals, they're there to remind us about the kind of lives that we want to live, that we could be living, that we should be living. That's why that mezuzah is on the doorpost, so that when we see it, when we give it a kiss, we remember who we are trying to be when we walk through those gates. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibat abam b'shiftecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech u'shochbecha uvkumecha ukshatam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafo b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'elohechem Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem le'elohim Ani Adonai Elohechem Adonai Elohechem Amen.
Page 18.
Yididum yidiyayo, yidididididum. Yididum yidiyayo, yidididididum. Yididum yidiyayo, yididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididididid מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נראה בקודש, נורא תהילות, הוסיף לנורא tehilot osef elei yom didi do yom didi do yidi dum yidi yo yidi do yidi dum yo yidi do malichutecha ra'uvanecha bokei hayam lifnei Moshe uMiriam Zeli anu ve'amru Adonai imloch le'olam va'ed yom didi do yum diddy day day do yiddy dum yiddy ay yo yiddy day day do yiddy dum ay yo yiddy day day do v'ne'ema kifada Adonai et Yaakov uga'alo meyad chazak mimenu baruch atah Adonai Ga'al Yisrael yada yum diddy do yum diddy do yiddy dum yiddy yo yiddy do yiddy dum yiddy yo yiddy do yiddy dum yiddy yo yiddy yo yiddy dum yiddy yo yiddy yo.
Page 20.
Told this story before, but I love it. It's a couple years ago, and we were at family services, evening family services. We started singing Hashkivenu, and I asked the kids what makes them feel safe when they're feeling scared. And none of the kids said their loveys, their blankies, So I said, okay, isn't there anyone who still sleeps with their blankie? I said, I still sleep with my blankie. And all of a sudden, there was one kid who put her hand up, very timidly, very shyly. I said, come on, there must be more people who still sleep with their blankies. And they look around at each other, and if I tell you, every single hand in that whole room went up. Doesn't matter how old we get, we still need that sense of comfort when things get dark, when hope feels hard. This is Hashkivenu, a prayer for the evening, a prayer when it's hard to see light, a prayer to be each other's light. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Allow us to lie and rise in peace. Shalom. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu leShalom Hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu Hamidenu Shomreinu Lechai Ufros Aleinu Sukkah Sukkot Shlomecha Ufros Aleinu Sukkah Shlomecha cover over us tonight with a Sukkot Shalom, a shelter of peace for you, for those you love, a Sukkot Shalom for all creation, over all creation, over all creation. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, Hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim, Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leShalom, Hamidenu Shomreinu leChaim. All right, folks, to rise as you are able for the Amidah. We'll daven the Amidah quietly, each of us on our own, in our own way. Don't let the words of the page get in the way of the words of your heart, but if you'd like the words of the page, they go through page 32. The
We're on
Amidah is preceded by Chatzi Kaddish,
We're
page
on
22.
23 now. Oh, excuse me. We're on 22.
Yitkadav yitkadash shamei rabba be'alma divra chirute v'amlich malchute b'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayerecho be'Yisrael bagala bagala uv'izman kariv v'yimeru amen yehesh merabba mevorach Le'alam alamei almaya yitbarach yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shemei dekudesha brichu le'la min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma Vaymeru na 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 Adonai
23.
na 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 Sifatai Tifta na 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 Ufi Agi Ufi akite ilatecha na 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 Adonai na 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 sifatai tifta na 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 ufi akite ilatecha na 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 Take a moment with our hearts opened. From Misha Berach Lecholim.
Page 34.
For a moment, to believe that if we just work hard enough, if we just try hard enough, if we just pray hard enough, if we just love enough, then we can shift the universe just enough to bring the healing we need. So if you're thinking of someone right now, physical healing, emotional healing, I invite you to share their name. Yeah, for your Uncle Dave. Oh, I'm so sorry. Thinking of him, thinking of you. Yeah. For Jamie, thinking of Jamie. Yeah. For your sister, sending her so much love. Michael, do we have names from the stream?
Yes, we are praying for Mordecai ben Yitzhak.
Yeah, Sarah. Thank you. Page 34. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Blessed is the source of goodness that calls us to this sacred work of healing the world. And we say, Amen. Invite folks to rise as you are able as we turn to page 38 and begin to conclude our services with the words of Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach ladon hakol, lategiru la liotzer breshit, shelo asanu kigoye haratzot, velo samanu k'mishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kecho hamonam, v'anachnu korim, ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסר הארץ ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגובה מרומים הוא אלוהינו Malkeinu efes ulato Kakatu betorato beyadata yom beyadata yom beyashevota elevovecha ki Adonai hu Elohim bashamayim mimah haaretz ve'al haaretz mitachat enod v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad u'shemo echad. If you're standing, you may be seated as we take a moment, as we do at the end of every service, to acknowledge those in our community who are in mourning. To take a moment and acknowledge those who are in their year of loss, who have a yahrzeit, who have the anniversary of a loss, or if you're just missing them, particularly right now, I invite you to put up a hand or rise or some other way. We can acknowledge you and hear the names.
I said it last week, and then I got to thank Roberta this week for my mother, Flo Arnold. So yard sign for last week and this week. So anyway.
Have a blessed memory.
My amazing aunt Jackie Hicks. She was a cowgirl from Texas, and she was just absolutely amazing.
Rudy? I'm so sorry, Rudy. I'm so sorry. Thanks for remembering them with us. Sarah? God forbid, for Ralph Wafer of a blessed memory. Leslie?
For Jordan Osheroff, who was Nicole and Andrew's nephew. Died way too young of an overdose.
Michael?
Yes, we are remembering Carla Friedman, Yaakov Ben Nathaniel, and Kathy McDonald.
Also thinking of Lynn Moonshine. Did anyone know her? Blessed memory, a 96-year-old woman who died this week. And did her funeral, and even a month before she died, at 96, she was still telling stories about trouble that my mom got into at her house when she was 7 years old. She flushed a doorknob down the toilet. So for Lynn Moonshine. And for those we have yahrzeit for Morris Rotzkoff, Stacy Kramer's cousin, and Dominic DePlacido, Michael's grandpa, for Dora Edelman and Benjamin Levinson, for Susan Hockman, for Larry Zeid and Sarah Jean Lindquist, for Sheila Michaels, it's Sheila's yahrzeit of blessed memory, and Bert Sherman, for Netta Mayer and Alfred Flynn, for Ann Birmingham and Ann Mays, for Charles Shervitz and Edward Gralnick, for Aaron Elbine, for Emma Sperling and Melissa Daniel Dabney, for Shirley Queskin and Walter Herman, for Daniel Olberdies and Lee Scheinbart, for Kathleen Collinger and Jerome Schneider, for Don Twellman, Laverne Zide, for Rosalind Stein, for my mom's Aunt Rose, and for Bill Kahn, have a blessed memory. And for those we've lost in our community this year, for Andy Poltman and Sarah Kessler, for Morton Orenstein and Roger Goldman, for Samuel Bernstein and Jeff Jappa, for Kathy James and Chuck Meyer, for Rose Waldman and June Cohen, for Gina Rotman and Yakir Hexter, for Myra Levine, Geraldine Schiller, Rick Isserman and Ellen Vickery, for Eileen Ehrlich and Arthur Levine, for Nick Nicholson and Rosalind Rosenthal, for Rhonda Banford, for the wonderful Rhonda Banford and Philip Needleman, for Dana Engelhart and Ann Lee Frank, for Gary Zuhl and Eleanor Simpson, for Dr. Eduardo Slatopolsky and Lori Weinberg, for Ivan Rich and Kenan Thamangu, for Muriel Hartz and Penelope Moglin, for all these names, for all these lives, for all these people who we have loved, who have loved us, who has touched our world. I invite you to rise as you are able, page 41, the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon uvyumechon, uv'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, b'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru. Amen. Yehei shmei rabbah m'vorach le'olam olamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shmei t'kudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shamaya, v'chaim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru. Amen. V'sei shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru. Amen. Say shalom bimroma, Uya say shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru, amen. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Zichronam livracha, may the memories of all of those that we miss, all of those that we love, to be a blessing in our lives and in our world. And we say, Amen. If you're standing, you may be seated as we take just a moment for the sacred task of announcements. We're almost back at summer camp, where when I say that, people will start singing the announcement song. It's so we've got a lot going on at CRC. Actually, we've got a lot going on this weekend at CRC. Tomorrow morning, Shabbat services as regular. No bar bat mitzvah tomorrow for the first time in a while. I love the B'nai Mitzvahs. I love when we get a break, too. And tomorrow night is our second of what is hopefully going to be a regular-ish, a monthly-ish, what we're calling a kumzitz, which is Yiddish for come and sing and cause trouble together. So tomorrow at about 7 o'clock, we will have a traditional Shabbat afternoon service, a traditional Shabbat mincha. The truth of it is, other than the fact that we're not going to divide up by gender, it's not going to look so different than you'd find at Beis Abe, probably. But just short and quick. I love Shabbat afternoon services because it's 20 minutes, includes a Torah reading. It's like the greatest hits of Saturday morning in 20 minutes instead of 2 hours. So we'll do that, and then we will have potluck dinner, bring some food to share for yourself, for others, and then a kumzitz, a sing-along jam session, Havdalah. I guess Missouri for kumzitz is hootenanny, maybe? I don't know. So that is happening. That Missouri. Yeah. No, not Missouri. Missouri, let's be clear. Sunday is the third in this short series that I've been doing online, checking in with Israelis. The conversation in Israel, the discourse, what they talk about, what they don't talk about also, the media picture they are seeing, the picture they are not seeing, is so radically different from here. And I see this every time I'm on the phone with one of my Israeli relatives or loved ones or friends. And so we decided to do this series really just to sort of open up that perspective to American Jews, just to sort of see what the discourse is. So we've done a range. This will be the third. We didn't mean to do it in political order, but we have ended up doing it in political order, where we started with someone on the sort of far left progressive spectrum, someone who self-identified as anti-Zionist living in Israel. We then had, I think, a pretty mainstream voice last week. And this Sunday, we have the session I am most excited for personally. I've mentioned this before, but when I went to Israel back in November, I went to stay with a good friend. She'd been a shliach, a shlicha, one of these sort of 24-year-old Israeli emissaries that get sent to live and work in a community. She'd been there in Peoria with us. Loved her. She's the granddaughter of Moroccan Jews who fled their country as refugees and made their way to Israel. So she picked me up in Jerusalem. Actually, her husband picked me up in Jerusalem and starts driving me to their neighborhood in Modi'in, which is a city in the center. And we start talking, and he's telling me all about his work in coexistence. That's what he does. He works for a not-for-profit, helping to integrate Palestinian Israelis, Arab Israelis, citizens of Israel, into Israeli society. They face real discrimination, significant discrimination, working to integrate what they call coexistence work in Israel. He's telling me all about this incredible work as we're driving towards Modi'in, and we get just towards Modi'in, and just when we're sort of getting to the road that splits off, he takes a right and goes another 3 miles or so, just, a couple minutes, and then we hit a checkpoint, and we go through the checkpoint, and we keep driving, and we come to a barbed wire neighborhood with security guards that opens up and lets us through, and we go to their home in a settlement. And this was such a different view and a different version of how I had always understood and conceived of and conceptualized who settlers are. And it's this image that has stuck with me. I mean, more than almost anything else from my trip is just what felt like the paradox of someone who's working in coexistence and living in a settlement, and who's the granddaughter of Moroccan Jewish refugees who fled. So anyways, we're going to hear from her, and we're going to hear her perspective on Sunday and explore that. So that will be on 1:30 on Sunday. The other ones have been at 10. This is at a different time. It will be at 1:30 in the afternoon because she is speaking at a conference on American Jews in Israel. She has a master's in American Jews. Right? Isn't that funny to think that you can get a master's in American Jews? So anyways, that's happening on Sunday. We've also got softball on Sunday. We've got, we're looking for more mitzvah corps drivers. There's folks who want to come to services and can't drive anymore or can't drive ever and would like rides if you'd like to be a part of that. All gender softball team on Sundays. Let us know if you'd like to be a part of that. It's a lot of fun and we're not very good and we don't mind being not very good. Okay, I think those are our announcements. Any other? 1:30 on Sunday. It's only online unless you want to go to Israel. Any other crowdsourced anythings? Sarah? There is a birthday. We'll sing to Leslie out in the Oneg and make her skip around the room camp style, I think. Yeah. Actually, let me make one more announcement, a little bit of a thank you to this CRC community. Today, Camp Indigo Point ended its third summer. 135 campers from over 30 states. We had a camper from Alaska who flew in for camp. For those who don't know, 3 years ago, this community created a camp for transgender, expansive, and LGBTQ youth, second, through 11th grades. It's not a Jewish camp. It's just our values. We were this camp's first fiscal sponsor. Every single one of the founders of camp comes out of the CRC community. If I tell you we have gotten 15, 20 emails and letters from parents telling us that their kid would not be alive if they didn't have camp. And camp is just camp. It's arts and crafts and sports. And so anyways, Leslie wants me to tell you about bathing in swimming suits. It feels a little PG-13. Maybe Leslie should tell that story. Oh, yeah. I think the pool is one of the most sacred places at camp because if you talk in particularly to trans kids, but lots of people, they really have a lot of anxiety about the swimming pool and having to undress and then imagine a swimming pool where everyone is like you, right? And that's the magic of camp. So Indigo Point is in the proud tradition of so many life-saving, life-giving not-for-profits that have come out of CRC. Cultural leadership and promo came out of CRC. And the Missouri Healthcare for All came out of CRC. There's just an endless number of incredible organizations. We won't take credit for MOEB, but we're connected.
Where is the camp?
Camp is held at a privately owned summer camp owned by congregants of ours here. I guess there aren't that many people watching on the stream. It's probably not a security risk. We don't usually say it's Camp Manitoba, but yeah. So, yeah. Camp Indigo Point, a CRC camp. Yeah, if you want to join the Zoom, the link is on the website, centralreform.org. It's just right there. It's a webinar. You can join and listen to it that way. But it'll also stream to our Facebook and YouTube channels. So if you can't catch it at the time, you can watch it later as well. Let's give each other a blessing. And we've got some new-ish faces here, so please make sure you do your thing and, over-welcome everyone. It's our brand, over-welcoming. Come on over. I think we keep it out there for Fridays, right? Yeah, we do. Yeah. We'll find some, okay.
Okay, Mariah's got it.
This is like Shabbos with heckling here today. It's really.
When isn't it?
Yivirechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May all the wonderful things that come out of this congregation inspire you in your week to be your best self and spread it around to everybody else.
Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka. Rudy, you got a blessing for us? Goodness and light. Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom. And most of all, in our world, in our community, in our lives, may there be more peace. We say, Amen. And Shabbat Shalom. And a big thank you to the birthday girl, Leslie.